Hi guys, welcome to the Wildflower Pages Yoga, or welcome back. My name's Paige, and today we have a lovely grounded morning or evening stretch for you. This is a bit of a long practice, so we're going to breathe into some seated asanas that'll stretch your body and hopefully connect you with your breath and quieten your mind, setting yourself up for a beautiful day or evening ahead. So when you're ready, take a seat on your mat and we'll get started. So today we're going to start in a seated cross-legged position on the mat. So just finding a comfortable position that works for you. You can sit regular in a cross-legged position, or for women, bring the right sole of the foot in to touch the inner left thigh, cross the left foot on top to touch the inner right thigh, and for men, the opposite. And then we're just going to bring our hands into Shiva Mudra to begin with. So for women, bring the left palm to rest on top of the right, and for men, the opposite. Closing down the eyes, and we're just going to take 3 cleansing breaths to bring ourselves into the practice. Breathing in nice and deep through the nose, and exhaling through the mouth. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. And last time, inhaling and exhaling. Moving into a pranayama to begin today's practice. Bring your hands into Jnana Mudra by joining the index finger and thumbs, creating a circular shape there, and then extending the other 3 fingers, keeping them together, resting the palms on the knees facing up if you're practicing during the day. If the sun has set, just flip the palms facing towards the earth. And then from here we close down the eyes to begin with and commence our complete breathing practice, drawing the breath down into the belly, up through the rib cage and the chest, and then exhaling from the chest, the rib cage and the belly. And using this complete breath, we're going to commence our Nadi Shodhana Pranayama. So bring your middle finger to block off your right nostril. Inhale through the left nostril. When your lungs are full, switch the hand over, blocking off the left nostril. Exhale fully. Stay for your complete breath inhalation. Switch the hand, blocking the right nostril. Take a round of breath, exhaling, inhaling, and switch the hand. So each time our lungs are full, we switch our hand over. Continuing with these breaths, switching the hand, working with your own lung capacity and your own pace of breath. And we use this breath practice, Nadi Shodhana, to begin to clean the energy in our bodies, cleaning the energetic channels known as our nadis. Helping us to begin to shift any emotion, thoughts, calming the mind. And setting ourselves up for a beautiful asana practice. Taking one final round of breath either side. And then we're going to complete by blocking off the right nostril and exhaling through the left. After you've completed your exhalation, just bring your hand back to your knee. And then from here, we're going to inhale, open the eyes, reach the fingertips up towards the sky. And as you exhale, twisting to the right. So take your left hand to your right knee, your right hand to the base of the spine. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, turning the gaze over the right shoulder. Breathing nice and deep here, inhaling, growing tall. Exhaling, twisting maybe a little deeper. Completing on your next exhalation, finding your maximum in the twist, remembering to respect your body. We're just warming up here. And then when you're ready to inhale, gently releasing, reaching the fingertips back to the sky, growing tall. Exhaling, setting yourself up for your twist to the left this time. So bringing your right hand to your left knee, left hand to the base of the spine. Inhaling, growing tall. Exhaling, turning the gaze over the left shoulder this time. And once again, with our twist, we inhale, grow tall. Exhale, maybe we deepen, turning the gaze a little further. Completing on your next exhalation, finding your depth, gently releasing, coming back to center. And then from here, we're going to take a slight back bend. So take your hands to the base of your spine. Inhale, grow tall, press the palms into the earth. Exhale, squeeze the shoulder blades together, opening the chest. And allow the head and neck to gently release backwards, drawing the shoulders down away from the ears and arching into the upper back. Breathing nice and deep here. Exhaling, completing. Inhaling, coming back to center. We reach the fingertips towards the sky once again. And this time we exhale and we fold forward. So you can just bring the forearms to meet the earth here, and then hinging from the pelvis, we let gravity do the rest of the work for us. So let the lower back release, the middle back, the upper back, the neck, the head, and the shoulders. Exhaling. Can you deepen into the forward fold? Moving into the space that is created as we allow our bodies time in this posture. Exhaling, completing here. And then as you inhale, just walk your hands towards your right corner of the mat, bringing the torso over the right thigh. Inhale, can you reach your left fingertips forward? Exhale, allowing gravity to weigh the torso towards your right leg. Beginning to feel a nice side stretch down the left side of the body. And staying for one more exhalation, completing here. When you're ready to inhale, first walk the hands back to center and then towards the left corner of the mat. So compensating here, beginning to take that stretch down the right side of the body this time. So bringing the torso to the left leg as you exhale, maybe resting the head on the knee. Really reaching your right fingertips forward as you inhale. And then we breathe. Staying for your next exhalation, really feel your torso melt towards that left leg and that nice stretch down the right side body. Inhale, walk the hands back to center and then towards the torso, gently helping yourself to come up to find a seated position, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky. From here, we're going to bring the soles of our feet together, uncrossing the legs. So here, our toes and heels will be touching, and we're going to interlace the hands over the tops of the feet. And then from this position, you can walk your seat bones towards your heels or your heels towards your seat bones. Inhale, grow tall through the spine. Really feel the neck and the crown of the head reach towards the sky. Exhale, can you push your knees closer towards the earth, beginning to open up through the hips a little. You can close down the eyes here and really breathe into this posture. So with each inhalation, growing tall, and with each exhalation, can you sink your knees closer to the earth, maybe even touch them on the mat. If you're not feeling like you have the openness or the space this morning, or you're feeling very tight, or this evening, depending on when you're practicing, you can just butterfly the legs, just bouncing the knees really gently, helping the hips to loosen, to open up. And then when you're ready, finding stillness, inhaling, growing tall, exhaling, everyone completing, pressing the knees to the earth. From here, we're going to keep our left leg tucked in, extend our right foot towards the right corner of the mat. Getting nice and comfy here, grounding the seat bones, finding your stability. Inhaling, reaching the fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, twist the torso to face over your right leg. And then from here, inhale, grow tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, hinge forward from the pelvis. And here, your hands might land on your shins, they might land on your ankle, or maybe you can take hold of the foot. Just working with what feels good in your body today, not forcing anything. And then from here, as we inhale, we reach towards the foot through the crown of the head, and exhale, relax everything towards that right leg, letting gravity do the work for us. Maybe closing down the eyes here, breathing with awareness, and really noticing as space is created in your body, maybe it moves a little deeper into the asana. Perhaps on your next inward breath, you can reach the hands forward a little more, taking hold of the ankle or the foot. Exhaling, maybe the belly button touches on the top of the right thigh. And then maybe even you can touch your forehead to your knee. Finding whichever variation works for you, staying with what feels good in your body. This is your practice. Exhaling, completing, finding your depth. And then inhaling, we're going to stay in this position or this shape. We're just going to bring the right forearm to rest on the inside of the right calf muscle. Take hold of your ankle with your right hand. Inhale, open the chest, reaching the left fingertips towards the sky. And here we breathe, setting ourselves up by exhaling, drawing your left shoulder blade down your back towards the earth, helping you to open the chest a little more. Keeping the gaze forward, you can relax the head and the neck towards that right shoulder. And maybe with time in this posture, you can move your right ear closer towards your right knee. If you like, you can even take a bend in the left elbow, being sure to press the elbow towards the back of the room, keeping the chest nice and open. Breathing nice and deep here. Exhaling, can you release a little more? Completing as you next exhale, finding your depth here. Inhaling, leading with your left fingertips. Take them first towards the sky and then reach them towards the left side of the room to gently bring the torso back up to center. Here we're going to place our hands on the outside of our left thigh, and you have two options here. So you can bring your left shin parallel to the top of the left side of the mat, making a 90-degree angle with the leg, and then you can make the same shape with your opposite leg, so your left thigh will be parallel to the top of the mat. And here you can stay if this feels good for you, or you can extend your back leg, bump up onto the back toes first to help you find your position, square the hips to the mat, and then everyone just aligning your hands with your front knee. For those of you who have taken this pigeon shape, the closer towards your right hip your foot is, the less intense this posture will be. You can walk the foot away from the hip to intensify the stretch. And then as we inhale, we grow tall through the crown of the head. Exhale, sink your hips towards the earth, engage the glutes. Maybe walk your hands backwards a little, bringing the shoulder blades together. We're going to take a back bend on the exhalation, so gently dropping the head and neck back. Breathing out. Breathing in. Respecting your own limits, so only back bending to where feels comfortable for you. Staying for the exhalation. Really melt your hips towards the earth. And then inhale, bring the crown of the head back towards the sky. And then we're going to take this into a forward bend position. So walking the hands towards the top of the mat. You can bring the forearms to rest on the earth and you can choose to stay here. Or if you feel you have more space to fold, you can stack the palms on top of one another and rest the forehead on the back of the palms. If you like, you can even deepen this a little more by reaching the fingertips forward and resting the forehead on the earth. So choosing your variation today. Any variation of the pose is still the pose. And then we breathe nice and deep, listening to the body, just noticing and witnessing what's occurring. With time in this posture, perhaps you're feeling the tension release in your body. You can move a little deeper into the posture. And then exhaling, completing here. Really melt into the earth. Feel everything relax. As you inhale, you're going to walk your hands back underneath your shoulders, press them into the earth, and bring your torso back up to center. From here, we're going to ground the palms, shoulder distance wide. Bump up onto the back toes here, and as you exhale, we're going to lift the back knee and send the hips towards the sky, finding downward facing dog. We're just going to stay here for a few breaths so you can pedal out the heels here, just loosening up through the backs of the legs, the hips. And then as you exhale, can you sink your chest towards the earth, send your seat bones towards the back of the room, beginning to feel a nice stretch through the front of the shoulders. If you like, you can find stillness with the legs, keeping a slight bend in the knees or working the legs towards straight, pressing the heels towards the earth. Breathing in nice and deep, exhaling, sink the chest closer towards the mat. As you inhale, come onto the tops of the toes, step your left foot between your hands, finding a forward lunge. And then as you exhale, we're just going to walk our hands towards the front of the mat, finding our wide-legged position. So feet are 5 palms distance wide. And then exhaling, moving into our Maha Trikonasana. So relaxing forward with the torso, the upper body. You can let the arms dangle beneath the shoulders, or perhaps you might like to take hold of either ankle and find a bend in the elbows, drawing the crown of the head closer towards the earth. Taking 5 breaths here. With each exhalation, perhaps you can find a little more depth in the asana. Breathing in nice and deep, preparing to complete as you next exhale, finding your maximum. And then here, releasing the hands to the earth. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Crown of the head reaches towards the front of the room. Belly draws towards the spine. Exhale, walk your hands to frame your right foot, finding your forward lunge, facing the opposite direction. From here, exhale, ground the hands. Step your right foot back so that your feet are hip distance wide. And here we find our downward facing dog once again. You can continue to pedal out the heels, or perhaps you're ready to find stillness straight away. Maybe working the legs towards straight or maintaining a slight bend in the knees. And then here we really focus on our breath. With each exhalation, can you sink the chest closer to the earth? Opening the shoulders. One more exhalation, completing. Inhale, coming up onto the tops of the toes. We're going to bring our right shin to rest on the earth here. So we're going to take our pigeon variation in the opposite direction. If you took the variation with your back leg bent, then go ahead and get nice and comfy there. And then everyone, we're going to exhale, sink the hips towards the earth. Inhale, walk your hands back in line with your front knee, or a little closer to the body maybe this time. Inhale, grow tall through the crown of the head. Prepare to take your back bend. Exhaling, engaging the glutes. Press the hips towards the earth. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. And allow the head and neck to gently drop backwards. Making sure to keep the shoulders down away from the ears. And here we find our breath. Inhaling nice and deep. Exhaling, completing. When you're ready, coming back to center, gently bringing the crown of the head back towards the sky, and then compensating, taking our forward bend, so bringing the forearms first to the mat, and then finding your variation with the hands. Maybe you stay here, maybe you rest your forehead on the back of your hands, or on the earth, extending the fingers and the hands forward. Breathing in nice and deep, inhaling through the nose, exhaling, feel your body release and melt into the earth. Inhaling nice and deep, preparing to complete. As you next exhale, really feel the body relax. Inhaling, walk the hands back beneath the shoulders, press them into the earth to bring the torso back up to center. And then from here, we're just going to turn to face towards the camera, opening the left hip. Draw your right foot in towards your left thigh. Just finding a moment to take your position here. And then inhaling, reach the fingertips towards the sky. Exhale, turn the torso to face over the left leg. Inhale, reach towards the sky through the crown of the head this time. Exhale, hinging forward from the pelvis, taking our fold over that left leg. Maybe your hands once again rest on your shin. Maybe you are feeling a lot of space to move into, so you can take hold of your ankle or your foot. And then from here, we grow tall through the crown of the head. Reach the crown of the head towards the foot as you inhale, finding length in the spine. Exhale, relax the belly towards the thigh. And then maybe the forehead if your belly button's already touching your thigh. And in this posture, we really work with our breath, using that exhalation to release, relaxing the body, particularly any areas calling attention. And with awareness, we notice that with time in the asana, perhaps we begin to relax a little more, and you can deepen the posture, maybe touching the belly button on the thigh, the forehead on the knee. Inhaling, reach the crown of the head towards the foot. Maybe you can take hold of the ankle now, maybe the foot, or stay where you are. Exhale, belly meets the thigh, forehead maybe meets the knee. Two more breaths here. With each outward breath, can you relax a little more? Completing on your exhalation, and then staying in this shape, we're going to inhale, look towards the foot, bring the left forearm to the inside of the left calf muscle, maybe taking hold of the ankle here, and then inhaling, reach your right fingertips towards the sky, opening the chest. Exhale, draw your right shoulder blade down your back towards the earth. Relax the head and the neck, gaze stays facing forward. And then you can choose to stay here working with your exhalation. Maybe the ear moves closer to the knee. Or you can choose to take a bend at the elbow, making sure to press the elbow towards the back of the room, keeping the chest open. And then from here we simply breathe, nice and deep. Staying for one final round of breath, inhaling nice and deep, feel your belly balloon out. Exhale, completing the asana, finding your depth. Inhale, take your right fingertips towards the sky, and then to come out of this asana, we reach with the right fingers to draw the torso back up to center. From here, just hugging your knees into the chest, grounding the soles of the feet into the earth. Once again, inhaling, grow tall through the crown of the head, extend through the spine, lengthen the spine. You can rock gently from side to side, just massaging the glutes. Closing down the eyes. Nice, gentle, calming, rocking motion. And then finding stillness. From here, we're going to turn to face towards the right side of the mat, keeping the soles of the feet pressing into the earth. Lay down on your back, getting nice and comfy here. You can inhale, tuck the tailbone, grounding the lower back on the earth. Draw the shoulder blades together. And then we're going to extend our left leg along the mat. Inhale, hug the right knee in towards the chest for a moment. And then exhale, release it to center. Moving into a reclined twist. Take hold of your knee with your left hand. And as you exhale, you're going to bump your hips slightly towards the right side of the mat. Draw the knee across the body towards the earth. Making sure to keep the knee in line with the belly button or a little higher to help protect the lower back. And then you can find a variation with your right arm, maybe cactusing the arm, taking a bend at the elbow, or reaching your right hand towards the right side of the room, palms facing up. And finding your gaze, maybe looking towards the ceiling or the sky, or turning to look at your right elbow or fingertips. And then as we find our position, we bring our awareness to the breath. And relax a little more into the asana with each exhalation. And then melting into the earth on your next outward breath. Completing here. Inhaling, assisting your knee to come back to center, squaring your hips to the earth. And then inhale, hug your right knee in towards your chest. Exhale, release the leg, sliding it along the mat. Switching the legs over, inhale, just slide your left foot up the mat. Hug the knee into the chest on your next inward breath. Exhaling, release the knee to center. Take hold of it with your right hand this time. And this time we're going to take the twist in the opposite direction. So exhale, Draw the knee across the body towards the earth. Bump your hips to the left side of the mat slightly. And then finding your variation with the arm, perhaps cactusing the arm or extending the fingers. Keeping the gaze towards the sky or turning to look at your left fingertips or elbow. Bringing the awareness to the breath. And really feeling into the twist. And then inhaling nice and deep, filling your belly with vital oxygen, prana energy, feeling it balloon away from the spine. Completing on the exhalation, melt into the earth. And as you next breathe in, assist your knee to come back to center with your hand. Square your hips to the mat. And you can take any final movements that you feel you need before we take Shavasana. So maybe you hug the knees into the chest for a moment, rocking gently from side to side, massaging the lower back. And then exhaling, ground the feet into the earth, slide them out wide. Let the feet fall gently towards the mat. Then finding your variation with the arms, maybe rest your palms on your belly, or you can take the arms out wide, palms facing up. Inhale, tuck your tailbone, grounding the lower back. Draw your shoulder blades together, and you can tuck your chin slightly to lengthen the neck. And then moving into our final resting pose, we're going to take one cleansing breath to release into the posture. Inhaling nice and deep through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Relaxing everything, letting go of any breath control, and releasing yourself to Shavasana. And then just gently beginning to notice any sounds that might surround you. Bringing awareness to your fingers and toes, taking slight movements here, breathing in nice and deep. Exhaling. Maybe tasting the inside of your mouth, moving your eyes gently beneath your eyelids as they remain closed. Finding larger movements with the body, slowly waking up. And then maybe extending the arms overhead, stretching like you're waking up for the first time today. When you're ready, making your way onto your side and then up into a seated, cross-legged position as we begun the practice. Bringing the hands together at heart center in Anjali Mudra, taking the chin to the chest, closing down the eyes. Finding a moment to acknowledge yourself for showing up for you on the mat. Making the time to stretch your body, connect with your body, listen to your body. Notice and connect with the breath, quieten the mind, and set yourself up for a beautiful day or evening ahead. Closing down our practice as we say, Namaste. Thanks so much for joining me in the practice today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed that one and you're feeling a little more stretched and relieved in your body and ready to tackle the day or evening ahead. If you like the practice, please like and subscribe the channel, share it with your friends. You can subscribe to notifications to stay updated on when new videos are released. If you'd like to join me with a live class, a link to my website is below in the description, so feel free to check that out. And until next time on the mat, have a lovely day or evening ahead.